Here we go. All right. This is Brady Fazbun, by the way. I guess I'll tell you guys about everything in the stream, but all the different superpowers we got going on here. That is ketchup, by the way. This is not blood. This is ketchup. This is entirely ketchup. In this prior scene here, you can see that he's chugging ketchup and not. He's got the ketchup bottle in his hands. There. It's ketchup. It's not blood. Hi, Captain Stuff. Hey, Sir Timothy. Hello. Badger. JM6205, thanks to your 11 months, dog. And Skylive, thank you. I can finally show you the short that I'm working on, just because I actually got a lot of it done. You can see you can see stuff like Brady Fazbun. Oh my god, Brady Fazbun. Who I can't believe that somebody made Brady Fazbun. Pretty hilarious. No, it's not Freddy Fazbear. It is Brady Fazbun. All right, chat. Brady. Take a look at this. Oh, if my mic tops out, you gotta let me know, by the way. Like, look. This is Brady Fazbun. I don't even think it's gonna load. This is the type of thing you can find on the Source Filmmaker Workshop. Pretty great. You're watching from a school right now. Damn, in school. That's pretty cool. 21 months. Thanks, Paradox Fighter. Thank you. 21 months, dog. Thank you. Joe Band, is it actually good? I haven't had too many people give me feedback on like actually using me as a commander. Yeah, I think it is super neat, but thanks for your 9 months too. Frundy Fuzzbean. Yo, everybody just getting more and more verbose with it is great. If you want the sound for the short, I can turn it on. Okay, so the basic idea with Brady Fazbun. Oh, you're at school and gym? I'm also at a gym. So this is a great map from Counter-Strike Go called Workout. And everything is a gym. Yeah, yoga in there. I did not build this map. I would never be talented enough to build this map, but it's the one that I decided for the short. Okay, so the basic concept of this short is that it's called the Server of Weird Superpowers, so everybody has a weird superpower. This is Brady Fazbun. His basic idea is that every round in his mag is blank, but the last one is explosive.
Brady Fazbun. Every round in his mag is blank, but the last one's explosive.
Yeah, I'll show you from this angle.
The last one's explosive.
Like, I feel like that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Brady Fazbun, yeah. No. So, I'm not too much of a shitter to make a map myself. I can make my own maps in Hammer, but it would take me so long to make a map this pretty and this organized, and it's just too much. It's one of the things that started making my videos take 3 months to make, is like, oh shit, now I have to build an entire map for exactly what I want. Now, if it's a simple map, I can kind of whip that together. I'll probably make my own map for, like, I've made my own maps before. Like the one from the Wienertog video, that's my own map. The one that I just made for my Lethal Company short, that's my own map. But it's just like so much harder, so much harder. I'm at home trying to make the PC I bought using my first paycheck to do its damn job. Yo, putting PCs together is actually really fun once you get it. I'm watching this for my shit job, about to start my D&D game. What's your shit job? What's your shit job? You should tell me. Okay, so what I am finishing right now, Falcon, by the way, thank you. M15 Rocks was up, Puppet Master, Octavius, Ziggy, Robert, thank you. Love watching your editing while I'm editing. So the only thing that I have to do with this short, and keep in mind, the short is not going to look like, it looks like this. Because it's obviously vertical video for phones. What I have to add in are the skins. I gotta add in skins. So, sorry, not skins, text. I'm thinking of text. So I gotta use good old VTF edit over here. Thanks for 5 gifted, Severs, by the way. Thank you. You're not trying to macro dose your hormones? All right, Diamond, do you have, like, testosterone needles next to you or something? Show us fastballs. All right, sorry, I will review with you who we got going on in this short. Okay, so we got... Here, you can choose your fighter here, chat. You can choose your fighter. Okay.
My superpower. I'm always 3 inches off the ground.
This guy, constantly 3 inches off the ground. That's his superpower. Always 3 inches off the ground. I thought that was kind of like a bullshit superpower, but he never takes fall damage, and he technically can't trespass because he's never touching anybody's property. He's never stepping foot on private property. And then who else we have here? We got second guy. This is your second power, your second option. Every time he chugs a bottle of ketchup, he gains 10% speed.
The bottle of ketchup, he gains 10% speed, and it stacks. It stacks?
And it does stack, so there's no limit.
Yeah, we're trying to make him the fastest man on Earth, but he keeps passing out after the 4th bottle.
Obviously, there are other limits to chugging ketchup, obviously. But I think that would be a good one. If you really had, like, insulin to stack, it would be good if you can put away bottles of ketchup, I think. All right, you think that's weak. Okay, we go on to our third fighter. Our third fighter is Bready Fazbun. Okay, Bready Fazbun.
Bready Fazbun. Every round in his mag is blank, but the last one's explosive.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good. You will be wasting a lot of bullets and firing a lot to get rid of your blanks, but I feel like that's a pretty good superpower. Always load 1 bullet. Oh, I didn't even think of that. But that's so much fucking reloading. Or you are carrying around like 50 magazines with 1 bullet in them. It's basically like a rocket launcher, but a pistol. Oh, a Costco ketchup? He would just die. Oh, you would want the tiniest ketchup bottles possible if you really wanted to game the game. Give him a well rod. No, the short's already done except for the text. I'll show you how I'm inputting the text, but...
I'm starting to believe you.
Okay, so again, always 3 inches off the ground. You gain 10% speed every time you chug a bottle of ketchup, and it does stack. Bready Fazbun, who every round in his mag is blank, but the last one's explosive.
The last one's explosive.
Pretty good, but we're not even to the hardest of the hardcore yet.
Even weird.
Okay. Fourth fighter, chat.
These aren't even weird. That guy has unlimited spawns of the Halo 3 rat. How is that useful? Do you know what the word unlimited means? Fair point.
Unlimited spawns of the Halo 3 rat. That's pretty tight, if you ask me. That is... Oh, Goomfulus, by the way, this is not any kind of, like, special SFM feature. It's just an overlay. So I basically took a PNG of, like, the exact proportions. It's just an overlay. I basically just, like, went into Photoshop and then I cut out the exact proportions. I just had a black rectangle and I cut out the exact proportions and made it transparent for the TikTok thing. But I can take away the overlay if you guys don't want the overlay, even though... Okay, so that's your fourth fighter there. So we got 3 inches off the ground, we got Ketchup Chugger, we got Bready Fazbun, and we got unlimited spawns of the Halo 3 rat. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to go with Master Chief and the Halo 3 rat. Because unlimited is just so powerful, you know what I mean?
That guy has unlimited spawns of the Halo 3 rat. How is that useful? Do you know what the word unlimited means?
Unlimited. Nah, 3 inches off the ground is lit. World hunger gone. The need for a military gone.
Save me from my job of taxes for property.
Oh no, Jacob. Property taxes are not even that much. Income taxes are the real ones that just absolutely bite you in the face. Thanks though, Jacob. Thank you. Sonic Boy, thanks for your 7 total months. Ascended Pieb, thanks for your 6 months. Tactical lever actions are cool. They are cool. I mean, lever actions in any context are cool. Parzival, thank you. Project Hellfire. Sebers, sorry if I missed your 5 gifted. I think I got you. Kit, thanks for your 26, by the way. Okay, 3 inches is 3 inches. Okay, we haven't even gotten to the good one yet.
If you want useful...
Okay, The next one is a woman, and she's super useful.
She has a 99% critical hit chance on Tuesdays while holding an empty beer can.
All right, 99% critical hit chance while holding a empty beer can on Tuesdays. That's pretty good. That's gotta be good. That is way too much effort. Just carry an empty beer can on Tuesdays, and you just fuck shit up. If you want to see that, I also have like a rendered version if you want to see... I don't know, SFM's frame rate while you're viewing it in the preview isn't always the best. So
Wait
here, you can see what that looks like.
The server of weird superpowers.
Okay, we'll go back.
Server
Only on Tuesdays. It has to be a weird superpower. If it was every day of the week, that wouldn't be any good. Okay.
99% critical hit chance on Tuesdays while holding an empty beer can.
That's pretty good, dog. That's pretty good. It would be so awful if you hit that 1%.
How does she do that?
I don't know. The rats are... Well, it's so stupid that, like, that just penetrates and destroys any argument you'd ever have about animals. 10,000 rats will always be better than any number of smaller animals. So I think it was like a Stephen A. Smith thing, right? Stephen A. Smith was like, would you rather have 3 lions, 5 gorillas, 2 bears, I don't know, 10 horses, all of these different animals of different sizes? And I think there was 10,000 rats. And it's just like, the rats automatically win. They automatically win. It doesn't matter. That's too many fucking rats, dude. It's too many rats. Like, I think what you would need is someone to just unleash 1,000 rats into your house, just to see how many that is. And then think about what it would be 10 times larger than that. Yes, the sun never sets on the rat empire. That's basically what Skaven is. Yeah, that's what Skaven is. That makes me want to play Total War now. Badger, play Modern Warfare 3. It fucking sucks. Oh, I absolutely will. But I think all of you are just going to bully me into, once I'm done with the Lethal Company video, yeah, I will have to do I'll have to do Helldivers. Or otherwise you guys just get so mad. All right, Falcon, is that the 2 places you spend your money? The liquor store and Walmart for microwave food? I don't know. You guys are... I think a lot of you are on very unique builds. Like, you're just liquor maxing. So, like, you will spend your money on fine whiskey, but you just won't buy any food that isn't, like, $2. You're, like, ramen or microwave or, like... what is the... lean cuisine? Or, like, one of those... Everything is microwave dinner? You're like liquor maxing? Unique is one way to describe. I find it fascinating, Odor. I find it fascinating. I am farming crops during day and farming EXP in games. Damn, Angie, I can't believe that you would farm all day and then go home and then want to farm in another context. That actually kind of blows my mind. Liquor stacks. Okay, liquor stacks really hard, and this is a good piece of life advice. When you are drinking liquor, you can drink liquor way faster than your body can process liquor. So I think it's about 90 minutes a shot-ish, depending on your tolerance, who you are, what kind of metabolism you have, on and on and on. But that's why people get into trouble, is they keep stacking and stacking and stacking, as opposed to just having a few and letting them get processed. I would sell my house for a round meal and some Jack. Do not drink and drive, by the way. It's really bad. Yeah, I heard that 2Mad died. That seems like... Oof. 2Mad does not seem like a good person. It's actually kind of weird that, like... I was around 2Mad. Like, I've met 2Mad. But I noticed that there's a lot of stuff like that on Twitch and YouTube of there are people that you know or that you meet up with, like maybe like once at a con, or you run into them and you're like, oh, hey, I know what you do, and they know what you do, but you don't really know what goes on in their lives. It's like kind of freaky, kind of freaky. Drinking and driving is great. Drinking and crashing sucks. Yes, it sucks. Insert that video of, what is it? It's like a CSGO surfer. It's like how life feels after 3 beers, and he's just surfing around, fooling around with his knife. Thanks, Darkman. Thank you. Yeah, what's even better is monetizing his production process, glorious capitalism. All right, just so you guys know, this is not really to...
My mom always told me that taking 2 ibuprofen will make my headache go away. So mathematically using the whole bottle to get rid of it in less than a minute.
You can't speedrun ibuprofen, Thirsty Boy, but thanks for your 1,000 bits. Okay, if I was really trying to be maximally productive, I would not stream. I would just keep working for this entire hour. But I do like interacting with you guys, and I stream so infrequently that I don't get a chance to thank all of my subs and all the people that constantly resub month after month, so I just do it just for an hour every day. Yeah, it's just 1 hour. I mean, if you guys wanted, I could just productivity max and ignore you and just do everything that I was going to do as far as work goes in this hour, but that would be stupid. That would be stupid. I mean, as a background, if you want to kind of see what I'm doing, if you at all find it interesting, I am basically adding the text to the scene now. So this is like text that I've rendered out as PNGs that I will throw into a little folder here. It's like all these different file names of like what I use for the textures that are in SFM. If you want a really good one, or you want to talk about my favorites, there's a really good one here called, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but there is a texture in Source that basically, this is what happens. Let's say Source is like, I want to display the texture of a character, and it can't find that texture. There's a texture that it pops up, which is called, it should be, let's see. It should be under Materials, and then Debug, and then Debug Empty, I think. But basically, when Source can't find your texture, it turns you purple. It turns you checkmark purple, and I find it pretty hilarious. That does pop up at the end of the skit, of like, oh yeah, I forgot to introduce your final fighter here. If you want the last fighter, I speedran Benadryl. The Hat Man is pretty pog. Yo, I've seen the Hat Man T-shirt on Amazon. It gets advertised to me on Amazon. This shit looks confusing and boring as fuck. I have much more respect for why it takes so long for videos to come out. Not just you, but other creators do similar content. It actually is pretty fun if you get to come up with the creativity, and I think it is a lot of fun. And I think some stuff is a lot more work and some stuff is a lot less work than you think. But I forgot to introduce your final fighter. Your final fighter in the stack. Your final fighter is this guy?
That guy can remove your source textures when he feels threatened.
This guy can remove your source textures when he feels threatened.
Hold up.
Which is, I don't know if that's useful, but it would make all of your enemies extremely easy to see. Yeah, I don't even know who Dave Miller is, but yes, that asset is called Dave on SFM. I don't know, it's some kind of Freddy Fazbear meme. I just saw this meme of purple guy dancing, and I was like, fuck it, I can dance in a mocap suit. And I just mocapped him. It's pretty easy.
When he feels threatened. Hold up, if I'm here, what?
Pretty easy. Oh, but what I was doing with this text here was... Okay, so some of you in chat were saying that my text is not real. Yes, it's not done afterwards. It's done in the engine. It's actually pretty cool. It's pretty neat. So what you can do is you can just add like little transparent textures. This is like a whole bunch of dumb nerd shit. You will not need to know any of this. This is like... I'm an idiot, so even me knowing this is pretty fascinating. I don't even know how I learned this, but it's just like all this accrued source knowledge floating around in my brain. So you see how the text is like in the scene? Like it's real. Like it's right there. It's right there. The text is there. It's not done afterwards. It's there. I mean, I have to type it out and everything, but it's pretty cool how you can just have it in the engine so that it's actually there. Like it looks like it's part of the scene, like it's a thing in the animation. Pretty cool. Will the exam cover the dumb nerd shit? Hopefully not. Why is it unsettling, Pasta? What? Yes, so some people think that I am going through like the most intense motion tracking ever to exist every time I make a scene, and it's not. It's not. It's just text in the scene. Now, you do run into an issue, which is you see how it's blurry? It's because there is depth of field in the shot right now. So, you know how depth of field, just for those of you that don't know, is this. I'll make another camera here and I'll show you what depth of field is. Okay, depth of field is when a character is in focus and the background is not in focus. So you can basically jack up with something called the aperture. You can't see it behind my head here, but you can jack up the aperture. So then you see how, oh, he's super in focus. I'll turn up the quality here, but you see how he's super in focus? And if I wanted, I could just go straight like Autismo mode and jack that value. So you see how he's super in focus and everything else is very blurry? Then what you can do is, you see how that causes an issue? Because the text, remember the text is in the shot. Like, it's in the thing. It's not anywhere else. It doesn't have any, like, special properties or anything. So I would actually have to move the text. Because, again, it's just like a floating PNG. I would have to move the text right onto where the camera's in focus for it to not be blurry. So if we do that, see how it's not blurry anymore? But that kind of, like, sometimes you'll, like, clip through the text. I mean, that can be a neat effect if you want it that way. But I usually just render it out afterwards by swapping the text and rendering it out as a green screen afterwards. So you render everything without the text, like you render everything like this, and then you swap the map, which is something called... It's called Color Void. If I got any Color Void MFs in chat, which is a giant green screen. And it's pretty cool. And then you can just render out the text like this with everything else hidden. So that you get just the text and you can get rid of the depth of field so everything is fully in focus. My landscapers are outside going ham. Don't worry about that. I'm perfectly safe. Here, I'll go back. I'll go back to workout. Calling white people color void people from now on. Alright, no. No, color void. You can also swap it to blue if you want blue. Blue or like a blue screen or a red screen. It's just very good for rendering stuff out of an animation software that you want chroma keyed. Pretty simple. Why do I have a lot of Tarkov sounds on Discord, but I'm never playing it? Because all my homies love Tarkov so much. My homies absolutely adore Tarkov. They love Tarkov. Damn, Challenger, that's 77 months. That's crazy. NB Thunderbolt, thanks for your full year now. Wolfgang, am I mewing, edging, or gooning? I'm still from the generation that totally does not get gooning. I know that gooning is evolving, but I'm still thinking of, like, Scooby-Doo or something like that. How long did it take to make the Fallout New Vegas video? It took 30 days. It took, like, a month. Still one of my favorites. Bye, Grey Games. I will absolutely make a Helldivers video. The only thing is, I hope that like I can get Helldivers not while it's fresh, because I do have to spend a while on this Lethal Company video, which is already kind of situated and organized. But I hope that it's not like nobody wants to play Helldivers when I want to start playing Helldivers. But even if I have to do it solo or like mainly solo, I'm sure it'll still be really fun just to understand how the game works. I think that's like the underlying thing that I just find so fascinating with almost any game I play nowadays, is just understanding how the system works to see if you can abuse it and do the most absurd thing possible. That's why I'm sure Total War would be a fun video too. Although there's a lot of MFs on YouTube that like their Total War videos. Like Reggie. There's a lot of people that have definitely popped up in my recommended that love Total War. Dokebi or Ella? All right, Doug. There's a new girl in Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know if you know her name. Her name is Tifa. I don't know why any other girl would even show up to Rainbow Six Siege when she exists now. Please don't be fake. I mean, this is too good to not be fake. I don't think it's fake. I think Ubisoft likes money and they're too lazy to do anything good. So this is like lazy because the IP already exists, but you know it'll make a ton of money. This has Ubisoft written all over it. Bro had that on Quick Draw. Disco, I had it, or Discourse, I had it on Quick Draw because I showed chat yesterday. Think I just have this on my desktop? No, it's on my downloads folder. Damn, that's a sick-ass Lily's GIF. Nepgear's tablet. I just had a Nissan truck ad with a woman talking about being a hero and the ad violently crashed. Thanks, my own medic. Thank you. Telling me that's not your wallpaper? No, my wallpaper, it's not Brady Fazbun. It's Mirror's Edge. It's very uncreative. It's Mirror's Edge. You watch me for 8 years? Yeah, sometimes time just creeps up on you. It's kind of scary. It's like, oh man, 2016. In 2 years, that will be 10 years. I feel like that was like 3 years. It's like, no. 2016 is 8 years ago. Woo. Woo. Part of me is surprised you can even build this in Source, but yes, whoever built the maps in CSGO, very talented people. Stop yapping. Animating in Source is super fun. It's so much fun. I feel like all the people that, when it comes to making something creative that just do nothing but spew negativity or say something sucks, they're never really going to do well or succeed in their creative craft. You just got to find the thing that works for you in the best way and just use it. And I love Source, even though Source is very limited. So what you can see in the bottom right is the memory. Because Source is a 32-bit program, that means it can only access 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is really tiny. So basically, here I'll show you. If you want me to, if you want to see exactly how you can break Source, I'll show you here. All you got to do is spawn a high poly count model, or like a high, basically a model with a very high resolution set of textures. My favorite is Batman. Batman will crash your shit in 2 seconds. This Batman model from Injustice is so high def that anytime I do anything with Batman, and here's the best part, he's not even in his proper form yet, because you can load an outfit on him, and this is going to crash. This is going to crash in like 2 seconds. I think the billionaire suit. Boom. Boom. Like, never stood a chance, because those are such high-res textures. That's what Source Filmmaker really struggles with. Anything that is at all high resolution or high quality, it just kills it. But if you know your workaround and you know not to use super high quality textures all the time, then it's totally fine. I could try S2FM, but it's just a matter of like, there might be a little bit of a learning curve for me to get used to it, especially how it would integrate with my mocap data. But yes, Source 2 might be kind of fun to use, definitely. All right, now you also got to know, when I boot up Source, sometimes my mic just goes insane. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, it did it. So I just need to pull this up and then do this and then do... Just wait, chat. Just wait. Okay, I did it. Turn my mic gain down. That's another part of Source games.
Wait, where am I? Why floating out?
So I don't think we'll be able to load Batman. Just forget about it. Yeah, because Source hijacks your mic and just boosts it.
No, Joker, that's the case.
Yeah, Beepers, I think you're right. So the upside to Source 2 is that I'm sure it is very good with lighting. Like something that people that are real Source MFs love to say is that Source doesn't even really technically have lights. They just have projected textures. Because nobody has a shadow unless you actually start using lights, and everything is a spotlight. Every light in SFM is a spotlight. You can do some cool stuff where you can add volumetrics. Volumetrics is basically like, let's say your light is liquid. See how that's a volumetric light? You can make things look a little cinematic, a little neat. But I imagine the downside to S2FM, and S2FM, I believe, is 64-bit. The downside is that you don't get access to all of the dipshit items on the workshop, like Bready Fazbun. I guarantee this MF is not on the Source. Like, what is this? What is this? That shit is not on the Source 2 FM workshop. Guaranteed. There's no way that this shit is on Source 2. That is the genius of SFM, is that you have all these assets at your fingertips with one button. I could get Bread Baron one button. Fine, we will download. Let's throw Bread Baron into the scene. Let's just see what he looks like. All right, just so you can see how easy it is.
My boy, Bready tight.
Bready? Yes, Bready Fazbun. Thanks, Clayus Sedge. Yeah, I agree, Beepers. I would probably need to get it reported, but... Did it work? He should pop up here. Oh, Bread Bear. There. See? Look, his ass is right there. That is the magic of SFM. That took me one click. One click. A lot of other softwares for animation, you gotta buy them, you gotta import them. Sometimes there's compatibility, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty dumb. Pretty dumb. He's 37% feet. Yeah, he actually is a lot of feet. I could mocap him. I could probably find a way to mocap him. Not sure that I would want to, though. That might be a little cursed. I mean, I could. Here, you can see everybody else in motion. Like we got Bready Fazbun. Bready Fazbun in motion is not that cursed. Just have it walking in the background? I mean, I could, but I don't know. I think I would need to explain too much. Actually, I just shouldn't explain. You love my vids, but you can never recognize them in your sub feed because of the thumbnails. That's just a risk I'm willing to take, unfortunately. No, I'm not chugging Gamerfart. Today I went with 2 scoops of Gamerfart and 1 scoop of Brand Risk. Do you guys know Pay Money Wubby? Pay Money Wubby's flavor? Thanks for your 5 gifted Maryland modifications. Thanks. Thank you. The less people know, the better. Oh, what was just killing me the last time that I saw Pay Money Wubby's Twitch? He has Dracula Flow text-to-speech AI, I think? And the way that he says, he doesn't say Lamau, he says Elmau. Idiots blown the fuck out, Elmau. Like, it's just so funny. It's so funny. So the video that I'm editing right now, as soon as I throw the text in here, so I got to do the text for this short, and then the short will be done. But then I'm going to start into the Lethal Company video. God, what is this? James Bunn? Like, these are the types of things you could only find on the Source Filmmaker Workshop and download them in one click. Like, I'm pretty sure this is like a Five Nights at Freddy's model that they maxed out purely with items of bread. So baguettes, loaves, pretzels, I don't know. That's just the type of thing you can download in one click off the SFM store. I don't get it. Freddy Fazbone was already probably a bridge too far. But like, even if you type in Lethal Company, you can do Dot Flare. So Dot Flare is the guy that made my custom model in the last video. But there's a whole bunch of Lethal Company models that I could choose from. This one looks like a little bit more polished, a little bit more RPG-like. You've got the standard one, which is just straight up scuffed, which might be the one to use. It's just so foamy and so weird. There are even emotes for this one. So that animation is already something that you can download in one click. A lot of this stuff is just so useful. It's so incredibly useful. This one looks like a middle ground between the two. Might be kind of neat. The scuffed one I do like more, though. Yeah, it's the Fortnite emote. You want to try Lethal Company? Lethal Company is an extremely good game. I absolutely love Lethal Company. And it's perfect for my group of friends that are just hilarious and obnoxiously loud. You definitely can't get too many, though. I feel like if you go above like 8 or 10, especially if you got 10 talkative MFs, it can be way too much. They even got maps. Look, they got assurance over here. I don't know if I'll use it, because I might want to just like build my own really quick. Like the trader, you know, the guy that just pops out and slaps your shit when you're trying to sell your stuff. So many of these models that I see in the SFM workshop are so cool, but I don't know what they're from. Like, what is Lethal League? Somebody in chat knows, but I have no idea. It's not gonna load for me. Yeah, Freddy Fazbone's probably the most cursed character I've ever included in any video ever. But he's so useful. Just think about it. Every round, every round in your mag is a blank except for the last one. That's so neat. Oh, Lethal League is like an S-tier dodgeball fighter game? That's neat. Is this like is this like the what am I thinking of? What is Witty from? The rap battle game? Somewhere in Nevada? What's the meme? Somebody knows. Somebody knows. Oh, Friday Night Funkin'. That's what I'm thinking of. Friday Night Funkin'. Here, if you want to know how SFM works with motion capture, what I can do is I can just pull up an example. So I'll show you exactly how I got somewhere.
I remember when I talked with Yolan that Payday R stream a few years back. Life's been crazy since, and now I'm classified as a Florida man.
Thanks, Robert. Living in Florida is probably pretty great. I mean, apart from the humidity, I'm sure it's pretty great. Okay, so look. What would be a good example? Okay. Okay, we'll open this up and I'll show you. All right, good luck at work, Kessland. The speaker's Chinese just because it's funny, because a lot of my other text-to-speech are in Chinese and I think it's funny. Okay, so like, let's say I got in the suit and I hit record. So I hit record. And actually, you can see at the very beginning, there's me. My real name's Spencer, so this pops up here. I'm clicking record. Like I'm in the suit, I'm clicking record. So I'm clicking record. And I got finger mocap too, because I got these gloves over there that are also doing finger mocap, because it's very useful to just save time. So I'm clicking record, and then I'm doing the thing that I think is relevant for the scene. The audio that I've already recorded. So all this stuff is just mocap data, and then out of this whole file, I might only need a little bit, like the very best take, which is usually the last take. So I'll just snip out that little bit, and then you can export it really easily. And then from there, you're taking that data. And the magical part is that you can attach that data from that mocap to anything. I could attach it to Freddy Fazbear. I could attach it to my main character. I could attach it to a Modern Warfare 2 model. You can attach it to whatever you want. So, as an example, like let's see one of the mocaps that I did recently. So we'll import, and I'll just show it to you. So here's one that I did recently. We'll do it for Purple Guy. The Purple Guy. So where is Dave? Dave Purple Guy. Okay, so this is the model from SFM that is this guy. Hold on. Later scene. Later scene. Okay, Purple Guy right here. That's him. I exported him, this model, from SFM to Blender. This is him in Blender. You can't see him. This is just his skeleton, all right? And then we're going to import the mocap data, which I've named and kind of like organized in a certain way. This one's called Purple Guy Dance. And you can see. You can see. See how that's me. That's me doing dipshit stuff in a motion capture suit. That is just data. That's data. That can be attached to anything you want. I'm going to attach it to Purple Guy. But to make sure that his feet, because feet and hips are the most important part of mocap data, to make sure that his feet stay relatively where they should, I need to make sure that I line up his hip bones and his feet with where they should be. So I've already done this. I've already like calibrated the T-pose to get it exactly the way that I want it. And so you see how his hips line up, the hip bones line up between my mocap data and the skeleton, and then the feet kind of line up. So that's not so hard. So we're going to take the data, the source data of like, hey, I have this data here. I want to target it or like attach it to something else. So I have this data here. I want to attach it to something else. Let's attach it to Purple Guy. So then I'm going to click on Purple Guy. That's what we want to attach to. You build the bones because you can basically assign different bones. So let's say I want this. Let's say somebody doesn't have any shoulders. You don't need to assign shoulders to that same bone. So for example, Purple Guy, if you look at his skeleton here, he doesn't have shoulders. He only has, or he doesn't have collarbones. Usually there's like a collarbone, there's your upper arm, there's your lower arm, then there's your wrist. His skeleton is all kinds of goofed. So I might have to assign the bones in a different way. But just forget about all that fanciness. It is just you are attaching data to the model. And as long as you line up the hips, it's all good. I've already attached the bones to where I want them to go. So like telling which bones attach to which bones. So I already have that saved. You can save it as like little presets. I'll just skip over this because it's kind of dumb nerd shit. Don't worry about the rest pose. I'm just like blazing through all of this. You just got to make sure the skeleton lines up, basically. So we're not worrying about all that. So now the computer is doing this. The computer is saying, okay, I have this mocap data, all this stuff. I'm going to attach it to your model. And then boom. You see how it does not line up perfectly because that's the skeleton. But as long as the legs line up, everything else can kind of be worked with. So that's how the mocap data attaches to the skeleton. And then we're going to export it. It's pretty simple. So we'll take Dave, and then I have a hotkey for this. Bam. Purple Guy Dance. So then you can see what it looks like. We'll grab Dave, and then we'll import the data that we just exported. And you can see where it came from. So see, just exported that right now. Bang. Now, the way that he actually pops into the software, he might be in a different location because of where I exported him from. Usually they import and export at the same point. But you see how his first pose, his first 3 frames, if you can see it down here, down at the bottom. His first 3 frames are always going to be a T-pose. 1, 2, 3. Or usually at least 1, 2. There's his third. But see, all of this is just me. It's just me clicking like here, right? What was I doing in real life? I was clicking record on my computer.
Hold up. If I'm here...
Or I think I may have snipped out the part where I clicked record. But now, so I snipped out only the sequence that I wanted, which is Purple Guy dancing, and then now I can just take any bit that I think is right, and that's how it's much easier once you've done it like thousands of times. But
hold up, if I'm here,
it's pretty simple. Like you're just assigning data to a model, making sure that they talk to each other in the right way. And then what's even better is that you can totally change up anything you need. So like, let's say for some reason his fingers should be like this. You can just change those. Or if you want his neck of like, oh, I want him looking a little higher, you can just change all of that. Let's say I want him to dance super fast. You can just take the entire dance, like the entire sequence, and I can shrink it down to make all of it happen really quickly. So watch. Bang. Now he's just doing the dance real fast. All of that can be changed. Really, really neat, if you ask me. All of this stuff is way easier if you've done it like a trillion times, but it is so cool that you can just put on a dipshit suit, do something in real life, and then all of a sudden it's in a program, and you could use it to display whatever you wanted. Pretty cool. There are some stuff that requires a little bit more effort, kind of stuff like making sure that... I feel like a lot of the touch-up and a lot of the lighting is what makes the scene look really good, but... no, it's not really that tricky. It's not really that tricky. There's some stuff that took me a while to learn, like particles. Particles are basically like little things that pop up in the world, like muzzle flashes, or you see there's a... I mean, this gun is comically large, so that's not a good... it's not a good example. But stuff like shell casings, muzzle flares... whatever the fuck I did with this. So if you're just popping into the stream now, this woman here has a 99% critical hit chance on Tuesdays when she's holding an empty beer can.
Hit chance on Tuesdays while holding an empty beer can.
So like all of these are particles. If it's like fire or glowing or anything else like that, it is definitely a particle effect. Those are all particles. Those are all particles. My mocap files, I think they're all BVH. Yeah, they're all BVH. So I think the mocap suit itself is 30 grand, but then it is 6 grand a year for the software, for this Xsense software that basically lets you record, lets you calibrate, all that type of thing. But I got it half off for being an independent creator, and then I did the math, and the basic idea is that you can pay 6 grand a year for...
The numbers, Mason.
Yeah, thanks, Warvin. You can pay 6 grand a year for the software for the mocap data, or you can pay 15 grand for a lifetime license. So if you're going to be using it more than 3 years, 2 years, it's better to just pay for the lifetime, even though it is 15 grand. I'm pretty sure you can use a mocap suit for VR stuff. Yes, there definitely is some kind of integration there. Yes. Okay, so when it comes to guns, I have kind of like a modular system that I will break. None of these are real guns. These are all fake, by the way. So don't worry about toss or anything like that. But you just kind of want your fingers in the rough right location, or you just want the movement to be right. So whatever you're doing, you just want it in your hand just so you can kind of imagine it. And then I have this modular Nerf gun here that's really good because I can kind of break it down in any way that I need to. So like, let's say that I am walking around with an SMG or something, I can take this part out and then suddenly it's like an SMG, it's more compact. And then if you want a rifle, then you can just put this right back on and it's much simpler. You can act like it's a rifle. And then let's say you have like a sawn-off shotgun, you can take the stock off here. So then you can just grab it like that. And it's just very, very efficient to have something in your hands to make sure that you are performing a realistic movement, basically. And it's great. And you can just drop these or throw these around all you want. It's pretty simple. And then you do all of like the gun stuff in post, but TikTok NPC Badger, basically, Connor, basically. I mean, I do have real firearms. I just won't use real firearms while I'm mocapping. I mean, the only thing that you kind of run into is that all of these things are super light. They're super light. But the way that so like, you know when people are moving around and everything just looks like it's featherweight? That's bad because you want things to look like they have weight. But if you want to know the tech, you can basically cheese when it comes to firearms by adding something called jitter. So jitter is this. Here, I'll actually just throw in a new camera and you can see. Okay. Oop. Wrong one. Okay, so jitter is really good for just covering up errors or like kind of fudging the whole thing. So you would just know it as screen shake or like camera shake. But it's a great way of like, there's the scene is so chaotic that you're not looking for like the little teeny details that I got wrong, basically. So jitter is basically this. So this is a shot without jitter. Here's watch when I crank up the jitter. All right.
Every round in his mag.
Okay, that's jitter. So it's just camera shake. It's just like computer simulated camera shake, which is very efficient if you use it in the right way. So here's how I use it. I use it in a way that anytime somebody shoots something or hits something, and I want there to feel like there's such an impact or there is such a thing that is happening, that I'll add a little bit of jitter and then I'll taper it off. So
every round is mag.
So Brady Fazbun here is going to shoot his gun, and I added a little bit of jitter every time he does. So you can see what it looks like in the camera movement. Like this.
It's explosive.
So you see that jitter? Like the camera's moving around. So it's very good to just make it feel like something is hard hitting or it's just so impactful that the camera's shaking around. Here, I can show it to you to the point that you can see it, what it looks like when it's finally rendered out. But basically, jitter is just a very good way of fudging stuff, more or less.
Wait. These are round his mag is blank,
okay, look.
But the last one's explosive.
You see that? There's like the little shake. I'm not doing it for the entire scene, but you can do it in a way that really makes a difference. Of like, there's a little bit of shake, so you just can't notice the little details that you were looking at because it all felt real. Even though you know it's not real. Like, you know Brady Fazbun is not a real person, but it's just like the way it feels. Same with Foley, if you guys know what Foley is. Here, I will show you what Foley is. Okay. Do you guys know when any character in any Call of Duty game moves and it sounds like this? Everything has Foley, everything, like every movement. Believe it or not, I think the key to an animation that feels real is not the visuals, it's the sound. And Foley is super critical for that. So once your whole animation is done, you will add Foley at the end of like basically the movements to what you are seeing on the screen, the sounds that match up to the movements that you are seeing on the screen. And it sounds super counterintuitive, it sounds stupid, but if you want something to look real, it has to sound real. Even if it's Brady Fazbun. If you get the draw sound right, if you get the gun sound right, if you get the explosion right, makes a huge difference. Makes a huge difference. I mean, there's some stuff that I just, you can have like, there's generic Foley sounds that I have libraries of that might sound like, let's see. It just sounds like clothes moving or like somebody moving. Do I remember the old GIF or GIF of the Eiffel Tower jumping up and down and people could swear they could hear it making noise? Same thing. And what's even dumber is that some of these sounds are so quiet, they are, usually in my videos, like -22 or like -24. They are super, super, super quiet. And they still make a huge difference. They are barely there, but they make a huge difference. I haven't changed my mind. It is absolutely GIF because the creator called it GIF. He's dead, so he can't change his mind. And he stated that there is only one right way to say, which is GIF. It is not GIF. Okay, how do you pronounce the name Joff, like Joffrey? You say j. It's up to him the way that he pronounces it. He created the fucking format. It's his thing. He gets to say how it is. It's GIF. Absolutely GIF. But it's not graphics. Like, just like Jello would say, it's not graphics interchange format. We are not getting down to the exact pronunciation of the words in GIF. We're saying it like it is. It's GIF. I'm not going to call him Jod. No. Elon calls it X, but we all pronounce it as Twitter. Yeah, I don't know if Twitter's better or worse. Twitter is definitely more lively, but I feel like I see a lot more people dying and getting hurt on Twitter now, which is bad. Am I ending it on 1 hour exactly? No. It's usually just kind of approximate. X feels cringy to say. I still have a ton of respect for Elon Musk, though. Like, once you realize how hard manufacturing cars, let alone electric cars, is, that man's insane. Twitter killed my wife. You cyberbully your coworkers that say GIF? I don't know. It's just naturally the way that I have always said it. Okay, here's one, chat. Say the word giant for me. Giant. What's that start with? G. Like GIF. Giant. Yes. No, that's totally how you say it. No, the thing that I will always rest my hat on is the creator of the format. The guy that came up with it said there's no other way of saying it. It's GIF. It's his baby. He gets to pronounce it however he wants. Just like, who's that politician, chat? John Boehner? We know his name is Boner. We just don't want to call him Boner. Like, come on now. I can't wait to see where Skulker is in 10 years. I feel like Skulker's brain power is just going to get larger and larger. Sometimes smart people say dumb things. My mocap suit, I toss it on the floor. It's on the floor over there. It's like the most expensive thing that I own. Now with the decrease in prices of Teslas, it's now more expensive than my car. I mean, sure, I'll get it for you if you want to see it. The gloves are cooler if you ask me. Like, look, it's just a bunch of orange sensors. Everybody acting like mocap is so hard. It's just orange sensors. You're just trying to get data into a computer, idiot. The gloves are actually super tight. The gloves are super neat because you get to act like a skeleton. Here, actually, I can turn it on for you. Here, I'll turn on Manus so you can see what I'm working with here. And it's especially stupid when you get to see your dumbass finger controls turn into bready Fazbun's fingers. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I just think, what technology led me to this point? Okay, I'll throw these suckers on. We'll throw the right one on. So it's just a glove that looks really neat like this, and it's got all these sensors, these little sensors on the fingertips here. And I'll turn them on. Chat, you're gonna get spooked, by the way. You are 100% gonna get spooked. Okay, you ready? You ready to get spooked? Oh no! Is my right glove not the spooky one? No way. Oh damn, we not on the spooky one. We gotta shut her down. Maybe my left hand's the spooky one. Let's see. Is my left hand the spooky one? My left hand's the spooky one. Come on, it's gotta be the spooky. There it is, baby. Alright. Alright. Okay. Get this sucker on here. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Like, you just throw that on, and what a lot of gloves, like I have other gloves that it's almost mechanical. It's mechanical, like you pulling on this string makes it shorter or longer and it tries to detect it. It's not like that. This is more like an IK, which is, instead of working with curves, it's more like a rig. But basically, these are really smart 3D sensors, and it's really, really well tuned. So this saves you so much time in having to mocap stuff. It's just, you can just mocap, you can get the data out of your fingers. It's super cool. It's super neat. Yeah, it's real spooky. So I think that's the biggest takeaway from this entire stream chat. Now that it's been an hour, mocap is just data. It's just like every single bit of animation is just 6 values. It is the this way, and this way. Well, this way. More like this way. Like this way, this way, this way. The 3 dimensions of your translation, and the this, and this of your hand, of your rotation. So 6 numbers is every bit of animation. It's just data. Get that data into the computer, you can do something fun with it. It's very cool. It's very cool. Yeah, so you can really make it feel like this is truly how I feel as soon as I put this thing on. As soon as I put this thing on, just pretty cool. I mean, these are $5,000. These are like the most expensive gloves you'll ever put your hands in, but once you realize what you can do with them, I feel like $5,000 is total steal if you ask me. Skin your right hand so we can get a comparison of the two. Do they track finger splay like outwards? Yes, they do. Here, I'll turn it back on for you so you can see what I'm talking about. They're really good. There are other ones that don't. There are other ones like the other Manus gloves, the older ones that I have. Here, I'll just for the sake of example. Okay, so these are my old ones, which they kind of they work like there's like coils or cables in here that when you pull on it, it's like, oh, that's being tugged on, so close that. They're kind of rigid and stiff. You can feel the coils in here. It's almost like a mechanical sensor-ish versus a digital sensor, and there is splay. So if you look at my fingers, there is splay. I can only move my fingers so much outwards. And it's not quite 1-for-1, but it still is very, very good. The splay's not massive, but it definitely is there. See what I'm saying? And I think you'll still always have some kind of touch up that you need in post, but usually if you can't even notice it, you don't even need to touch it up. Like sometimes, see how I'm sticking my finger very straight here, but then it, like look, it's very straight, but then it's like a little curve there, like I would need to go like that for it to get a straight finger. Doesn't matter, it's, yeah, you can, there you go, if you really want to live it up. I really got to stretch my finger to get it to work, but there you go. Works just fine. Turn this shit off. So if there's anything that I can communicate to you in this stream, technology is so cool. I mean, it is kind of expensive, but I feel like once you understand what you can do with it, everything about mocap is very cheap. It's very cheap once you realize what you can do with it. Like, I'm not trying to say that mocap is affordable or that, oh man, this is all dirt cheap, but if you understand that you have the power of God, basically, 30 grand is not that much for the power of God once you understand what you can do with it, basically. I think it's pretty neat. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys somewhere. Where should I send you guys? And you don't even need the fanciest suit, but the fanciest suit will definitely save you some time, if you ask me. And you don't even need the fanciest suit, but the fanciest suit... I'm back in my own stream. You're hearing me twice. Oh, I know where I'm gonna send you. Okay, chat, I'm done. I'm done with the stream. I only stream for an hour. I'm going to keep working on the short. I will finish the short today. I just got to insert some text and be done with this shit. Shouldn't take me very long. And then I'll be on to, like, organizing all of my footage for the Lethal Company video. That's already kind of organized, but we got a little bit more work to do. But if you guys want to keep watching somebody on Twitch, I will send your ass over to Bing. Because Bing is playing Helldivers 2. So if you guys want to go over and just say the dumbest shit possible, don't say the dumbest shit possible, just spam the emotes that you got, alright chat? I'm going to send you over to Bing, I'm going to get back to work on this short, and I will catch you guys tomorrow, alright? Alright? We can talk about some Lethal Company stuff that I'm working on. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go /raid, and thanks for the subs, thanks for the bits. Shaboynery, sorry if I missed your 1,000 bits, thank you for that. Thanks for your 38 months. Riley Reliebell, thank you. And I will send you over to Bing here, all right? Hit up the raid at the top of the chat, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Go say hi to Bing. Go spam all your very favorite emails to Bing. All right, and away we go. I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.